I wanted to make a quick video on how to get into residential construction, how to get your first job. I know it sounds like it should be pretty easy. You should be able to jump on Indeed or Google and just find a company that's hiring and apply. But I feel like it's a little different being in residential construction. You're gonna miss out on so many small companies and businesses that aren't posting on Indeed and Google just because they don't have the time to. So I just wanted to share all that information and the tricks and tips I've learned that I wish I knew when I was looking for my first job, and I'm definitely gonna be using when I apply to my next job in the future. So we're gonna get into all that good stuff in this video. Let's get into it. So if you're not currently in the industry, the first thing you need to kind of decide on is what trade you want to go into. And it's not super important because you could always change. I don't think it matters. I don't think if you go in and you want to be a painter and you work for a painting company for 2-3 years and you wanted to switch over to tile, or if you wanted to switch over and become a carpenter, I don't think that's a problem at all. I think if anything, it's just making you a more well-rounded builder. It's going to help your craft because you're going to see how all the trades work together. So don't be afraid of picking one that you don't have to stick with it for the rest of your life. I feel like there's 3 good ways of finding which trade you should join. They're not in any order, but I'd say the first, you're already doing it. You're watching videos, you're seeking out information, you're trying to learn, and keep doing that. Keep watching videos and try and just pick up on small little things and say, hey, do I like that? Do I not like that? The second has got to be Instagram, and that's a freaking gold mine of information. There's so many individuals in the industry that are posting every single day. They're sharing on their story, keeping you up to date on the job site. They're showing you what they do for a living. You get to know their personality. You're going to feel like you know them because they post so much information. And while you're watching them and following them, just start asking yourself, hey, do I align with that work? Is that going to excite me? Is it fun? Do I see myself doing that? And if it is, awesome. If it isn't, just keep looking, because I promise you there's going to be something in the industry that you click with and that you enjoy and that you should get after. The third thing that I think you can do to help you find what trade you want to join is go find a Habitat for Humanity. They're all over the place. It's for a good cause, but you get hands-on experience. And if I'm not wrong, I believe they self-perform all the work in-house. So they're doing the framing, they're doing the drywall, they're doing the paint, the trim work, the plumbing. I believe they do all of that. So it's a great way for you to get hands-on experience and just start your craft, but also find which craft you enjoy most. And that's what we're trying to figure out before we start looking for jobs. We just need to figure out what trade you want to be in, what trade you want to start your career in. So now you know what trade you want to be in, and now I feel like is the important part where you need to start finding companies. And I feel like it's a little bit different than the corporate world or finding a different job where you could go on Indeed and Google. I feel like you need to kind of find the companies yourself, just because there's so many of them out there. They're so small, they're all busy, they don't have time to be making active posts to find people to apply for their positions that are open. So just go on Google and act like you're trying to hire them to work in your own house. Search remodelers and wherever you live. Search for plumbers, search for painters. And once you come across them, go on their website, go on their Facebook, check them out, start looking at their pictures, start looking at their About Us page, see if they share their story and who they are. Take note of how they act, how they carry themselves, how their job sites look. And I'm talking are their job sites clean? Are they using protection? Are they professional? How do their trucks look? How do their clothes look? This is the same stuff that you should be looking for when you come across these companies and you come across their websites and their pictures and you come across their Facebook and how are they acting? How do their job sites look? Because find something that you align with. Something else instead of Google is literally just drive around. Drive in the best neighborhood in your area and look for people getting work done in their house. Check out, look for vans that are lettered that have names of companies on them and trucks, and just see and write them down. I literally, even if I was just driving on a Saturday to go to the grocery store, if you see a truck that looks nice and clean and it has the title of whoever Construction, write that down, and then when you get home, then look them up. And another way of doing that is go to Home Depot, go to Lowe's, go to Menards, and sit in their parking lot at lunch or at the end of the day and see see what trucks are coming in, because those are going to be the men and women that are in the area doing work, and that's who you need to check out and see if you like their company and their style and what they're doing. So a little disclaimer, you have to remind yourself that they're going to be putting their best pictures on their websites and Facebook and Instagram because they're trying to sell themselves, they're trying to sell their work. So the pictures they put up might be edited, they might have filters, but this is when it's important that once you do get a hold of that company, you ask if you could go walk a couple active job sites or some job sites that are being close to done, and you could see, hey, are they clean? Are they messy? Are they organized? Is it a clutter? And you could see their work kind of in person and see if it's up to your standards. And I know that's hard because when I first started and I'd walk a couple of job sites from companies, I didn't know what I was looking for, but that's why I would just refer to Instagram and what I'm seeing and saying, this is pretty similar. Oh yeah, look, they're organized. Oh, they have plastic. Oh, they have a fan going to filter the air. And just check out those small things and see, are their vans new? Are they clean? Do they take care of them? Are they old, beaten up and rusty? Because odds are if they're putting their best foot forward and they have nice vans and they're clean and organized, they probably care about themselves and their company and their employees. So you found the company you think you're going to enjoy working at, you've walked their job site, and you don't know what you're looking for, but you've seen, hey, it looks clean and organized. You've met a couple of the people, they seem nice. It seems like you'd be a good fit. Don't be afraid to ask them if you could kind of take a 2-week trial with them. and say, hey, can I come on for 2 weeks and see if I'm a good fit for you and if you guys are a good fit for me? Just because that way, let's say you do start in a week in or 2 weeks in, you're like, oh, they're unorganized, they're rude to the clients when they're in their houses, they don't respect the house or the client, and you don't want to be part of that, then you don't feel stuck. There's your opportunity to say, hey, I appreciate the opportunity, thank you for letting me work with you for 2 weeks, but I think I need to go find something else. And it's just a good way of feeling like you could get out of it if you don't want to be there. Now be careful with that, because if you don't like the work, let's say you go join a framing company for 2 weeks and the framing company is absolutely awesome, but it's the hardest you've ever had to work and it's long days and it's tiring, don't use that 2 weeks to quit, because I promise you, you'll end up enjoying it and you'll end up loving it. I know that happened to me when I had my first concrete job. I think it took me 3 weeks before I started to like it, but I wanted to quit every single day because it was long days, you didn't take lunch, and I was like, what did I get myself into? But then 3 weeks in, I was like, this is awesome, I could do this all day long. So please don't use that 2 week trial just to get out of it because it's the hardest you've ever had to work or you're not used to the work. Only do it if you don't think your personality aligns with that company. So if you're in high school and you don't want to go to college and you want to get into the trades, I think an amazing idea that I heard on the Modern Craftsman podcast from Johnny was go find companies to work for and work for them for 3 to 4 months at a time and do that for a year or two instead of going off to college. And I literally think that is the most amazing idea ever, and I wish I did it just because I think you can learn so much in those 2 years. You're not going to learn each trade and everything there is to know about it because there's so much that goes into each trade. But could you imagine if you have the basics of paint and drywall and tile and flooring and plumbing, electrician, you are going to be lights out because you know how all of these crafts start to work together because you've literally put yourself in each of them to learn them. Another benefit, if you are working for these companies and you tell them up front, hey, I would love to internship with you and work for you for 3 months, 4 months at a time, and then I'm going to go to another company. I have a feeling a lot of them are going to say, yes, let's do it, because they need people to help them, but a lot of people like to teach and they like to show everyone what they do and their skill and how they've perfected it, so they're going to want to bring you aboard just to show you how much they've learned. If this is your first time watching the video, thank you so much for watching. My name is Brett Raver and I'm the Learning Apprentice, and I'm trying to inspire individuals to join the trades, and I'm trying to do that by creating content from the younger generation in building and gear it towards the younger men and women that are in high school and college. I just want to show everyone how amazing, rewarding, and satisfying this career can be. Please subscribe to the channel, it'll help me out, it'll keep all of you up to date with the latest videos. I hope you enjoyed this video and you learned something. Let me know if you have any questions. As always, build better and be safe.